Weza volume hapo. Tapigwa copyright huko. Yo, kumbe YouTube inakuwa fini. It's very fine, man. How are you guys? Come on, come on. People to join. Come and ask question about trading. Okay, let me share. Let me share the live on let me share the live here. Says Wabo said hi. Hi. How are you? What's happening? How are you doing? How are you doing? I wanted to share this live, but it seems it's not possible to share because of one reason. How are you doing, guys? How do I share? How are you doing, guys? Ni aje mkuu? Niko poa sana, niko poa sana. Nimekuja hapa nisikie mnasemaje. Ni aje mkuu? Niko best, niko fiti sana. I was just passing by kusema hi. But then YouTube is a bit better. Msee anaweza kuwa anaingia live na bonga na wasee, you interact with people. You ask questions. TikTok inakuwa na ujinga za restriction. But I think YouTube is better. Naweza kuwa naingia live hapa. Ama mnaonaje? Naingia live, nakuja tunabonga. Mnauliza maswali. Tunashare strategies. Yeah. What's popping mkuu? Mkuu, nikiwa na $100 naweza target $10 daily na strategy gani? I would recommend kitu kama over 2 with over 4 recovery. You can also do something like under 7 with the recovery of under 5 or even under 6. You can also try that is even odd. There's also a strategy that I shared here over 4 under 5. Over 4 na under 5, yeah. You can actually check it on this account where you normally check when it comes the circles, unaangalia position ya blue bar, green bar na red bar. Then unaenda kwa just go to the analysis tool, yeah. That is Elite analysis. Unaangalia that is unaangalia the position that is the percentage ya over 4 market ama under 5 markets. Then unaangalia kitu inaitwa the occurrence of digit that is on the LDP. Okay, I see there's someone who is requesting I speak in English. Okay, so you check the occurrence of the LDP. Okay, I'll try get tomorrow. I don't know. I'll try actually tonight. I'll try to test. We call it OBS. I think it is. It's that app is called OBS. I'll try to stream on YouTube and try to share on OBS. I see how it's working. If I manage to use it, that is to share my screen, then I don't have any problem. You can always get on YouTube, then I can try share some strategies and show you live how you can actually be able to do it, how you can be able to spot, that is the occurrence of digits when you are analyzing markets like over, under, even odd, because actually trading these markets is very, very easy, very, very easy. Yeah. So you just need to understand the psychology of digits, how these markets moves, and everything becomes very simple. But with $100, you can try market like over 4, under 5. You can try a trading market like over 2 with over 4 recovery. You can try under 7 with under 5 recovery. Yeah. You can also try markets like even odd, which is a very simple market. Yeah. But in case you don't understand even odd, I wouldn't really that is recommend. But for beginners, the best market you can ever do in market is over under. Over under is a bit more easier. Yeah. When you are trading, that is over under. Over under is a bit more easier compared to markets like even odd. Rise and fall is another simple market. Although I'm not a big fan of rise and fall, mostly personally I love trading that is over under. It's one of my best market, and the market which I have traded for a very long time, and the market that has given me most a lot of profits. Yeah. Yes. Can you speak English? Where are you from, bro? I'm from Kenya, by the way. I live in Kenya. I'm a Kenyan. Can you show me your surrounding? I'm just in the house, man. His strategy over 2, recovery under 5. What's the conditions of his strategy? So the most important thing when you are trading, that is over 2, recovery under 5, or even under 7, recovery under 5, or over 4. The most important thing that you normally do is risk management. The second thing that you need to work on and you need to check is what you call that is multiplier delay. That's the most important thing. What normally happen with that strategy, like we normally take advantage of the multiplier delay, like the multiplier delays for a certain just like for a short period of time, like after you hit, for example, you're trading markets like over 4, or yeah, like you're recovering the markets like over 4 or even under 5. Yeah. So what normally happen, like the moment you hit your first loss, assuming you are staking something like $5, or let's say $5, yeah, and you are recovering the markets, like you are trading a market like under 7, recovery over 4. So when you hit your first loss, you lose $5, assuming you are staking $5. Then the moment you hit your second loss, you lose $5 because you have a multiplier delay of 2. Yeah, that means the first loss is $5, the second loss is $5. What if now you win your third trade? In our third trade, our third contract will be staking, that is $10, because the martingale will start applying after 2 consecutive losses. The moment that martingale applies and now the next stake is $10, how much are you going to win? You win around like 8 point something dollars. Yeah. So what will actually happen? You have already recovered your first loss, and you have partially recovered your second loss. That means in your next trade, if you win, you'll have fully recovered everything. So we normally take advantage. We are actually taking advantage of what you call the multiplier delay. So you find now, if you are just trading with any other normal robot that is actually starting that is applying the martingale immediately, the first loss would be 5, the second loss will be 10, the third trade, that means the robot will be staking $20. But now this time round we are staking with $5. That means it's like we are saving your account by half. Yeah, it's actually a very simple setup. Yeah. So like you just need to understand like how these markets are actually working. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comment section. His strategy over 2, recovery under 5. What are the conditions? His strategy, I already explained that. Are you aware of about civil wars in Nigeria? Personally, I'm not a Nigerian. I'm not in Nigeria. I don't know anything about Nigeria. I don't know if there are civil wars. I only know there are demonstration. I don't know demonstration and civil wars that is in Tanzania. Are you a trader? Absolutely. I'm a derivative trader, crypto. I'm also a forex trader. I'm dying. I'm dying because of cancer. Oh, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I just hope you get better. But just a word of encouragement, yeah. Personally, like my mom used lived with cancer for a very long time. Yeah, she actually got cancer. That was in 20. I think it was around 2016. Yeah, she actually got the cancer that is in 2016, which was very much expensive when it comes to treatment. Yeah, and all along she used to live a very good life. She was treated, although during that time, when it comes to cancer treatment in Kenya, it was not that much advanced. Like we also, when it comes to these equipment like radiotherapy, you could only find them in Kenyatta Hospital. Like it was just so much expensive. The doctors didn't have they didn't have enough knowledge on how to actually go about it. Yeah, but he actually lived. Only that it happened last year. Like the disease came back. Then we tried everything. She later passed on. But I can assure you, the moment you have cancer, it's not a death sentence. People have actually been living. Only that there was something that happened around April 2018. And mambo na treatment, something happened. The doctors messed up. And that is what made the disease come back. Sasa, yeah, that's what made the disease come back. And unfortunately, she passed on. But the fact that you have cancer, that's not a death sentence. You can still manage to live. You can get treated and still manage to live. Yeah. So, brother, you are good. Just have faith, be strong, and everything will be all well. You are so black. I'm a black man, but yeah, I'm a black man. But because I'm the praise I am, of course, the writing is not so good. But of course, I'm dark. Sawa. I'm crying so hard. The doctor told me, no, of course, I really don't think, no, I think probably you are not truthful because the doctor will never give you the number of days you're gonna live. That's not true. That's not true. Now I'm starting to doubt you. Yeah, they can only tell you like you can't live for a very long time, but they can never tell you like you are going to die in the next 4 days, 2 days. And now you are still on our chats. Yeah, sending the message here, meaning you are fine. So I really don't think you are truthful. So let's talk about stuff about trading. Yeah, let's talk about stuffs about trading. In case you have any question about trading, you can ask any question. You can ask. Yeah. The best market that you can ever trade are markets like over four killed me today. I forgot to set maximum losses to 4. That's personally, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. In case you are trading, that is over 4. Personally, anytime I'm trading, I always make sure, especially when you are trading with a speedboat, always make sure you set what you call the loss limit. Like you want how many losses, how much maximum losses. Because if you don't do that, by the time you are trying to stop that robot after it has hit, that is 4 losses, you realize the robot has already taken, that is it has already taken an extra trade, and probably that trade will result in a loss. That means you'll have hit like 5 or even 6 consecutive losses. That's why I actually introduced that option, so that someone, because it is not easy to stop a speed lob. Every time you stop a speed robot, it always it always end up taking an extra trade. Yeah, to avoid that, always make sure you set up what you call a loss limit. Like the moment you hit like 4 consecutive losses or 3 consecutive losses, the robot will automatically stop. Personally, when I'm trading markets like even node, I normally take a maximum of 3 losses. When I'm trading markets like over under, I normally take a maximum of 4 losses. The moment I hit 4 consecutive losses, I just stop the robot. Unless now I'm trading markets like under 6, recovery over 4, or even over 3, recovery that is under 5. Yeah, And in those markets, I'm actually using a multiplier delay. That is the only time probably I would take the fourth trade. The moment I hit fourth loss, like I would take like 5 consecutive losses, because you know, like the first trade, I have a multiplier delay of 2. Like the first loss is 5, the second one is 5, the next is 10. So that multiplier delay has actually reduced how much I can lose. So I can try to risk the fifth trade and see if it can actually work. But in case I'm just using the normal martingale without a multiplier delay, I can only take a maximum of 4 consecutive losses and my account will be very much safe. Sawa. Answer mine up there. Okay, let me see what was your question. Is it possible to grow a $5 account to 1,000 within like a month? $5 is a bit hard because even myself, I really don't think I can do it. The best capital I always recommend, if you have something like $20, $30, $50, you can do it, yeah. But $5, that's very small, because that means you'll start taking something like 0.35 or even 0.4, 0.5, of which the chances of losing, blowing up that account are very high. But in case you manage to move that account from $5 to 20, then you are good to go. You can actually take it to 1,000 or even 500 within a month, yeah. But $5, growing that $5 from 5 to 20, that's where the nightmare is. You see, like when you have a $20 account, you can even stake $1 and still manage to make like $10 every day. You make $10 today, $10 tomorrow. The moment you get that account to $100, you can try push that account every day. You try to push $20, $30, and everything will be all right, yeah. So I wouldn't really recommend $5. You can trade with $5, but I recommend just use $5 in case you are a runner or a beginner. You are trying to learn the market psychology. You are trying to gain the market experience. That is the only time I would advise you to fund $5, $10. But just in case you are serious with the trading, you want to make real money in trading, look for something from $20, $30. And the most probably personally, I find $30 being way more better, because you can stake something like 1.5 or even $2 and still manage to go trade the markets like over 4, trade at 5. You can trade even odd. You can trade that is a market like rise and fall. But something that I always advise people, in case you are a runner or you are a beginner, don't try to go and trade the markets like matches. Yes, matches is a high paying market. Markets like over 6, under 3, they are high paying market, but the risk of losing your money is very, very high. To be on the safe side, try a market like over 2, over 3, over 4, over 5, over 3, over 4. You have market like under 8, under 6, under 7, under 6, under 5. Don't go to under 4, because by the end of the day, you always end up on losses, because you are still learning, yeah. Then something else that you also need to do is risk management. Make sure you have good risk management. It doesn't mean because you have $100 you need to stake $10. You have $100, stake $2 to $3, you'll be safe. Personally, what I always do, and those people who normally watch my trades, what I normally do, I don't risk more than 50% of my account. If I have an account of that is $100, how much do I stake? If I stake like $2, how much am I risking in case I hit 4 consecutive losses? The first loss is $4. The second loss is the first loss is $2. Second one is $4. The third loss is $8. The fourth loss is $16. If you do a summation of everything there, it's actually less than that. It's around $30 or even less than $35. That means in case I have to lose and hit 4 consecutive losses, I will risk less than 50% of the account. If I lose $35 right now and I had $100 account, what will actually happen? 100 minus 35, that's around 65 USD. With the 65 USD, I can still manage to come back later and trade and recover everything I lost, yeah. So I really don't have the fact that you can lose in a trade but not blow the account, yeah. The fact that you lost in a trade doesn't mean you have to fund your account again. Like if I lose, I hit 4 consecutive losses with a stake of 2, I'll only lose something like $35 or even less than that. That means when I come back in the next trade, I don't have to fund. I still have more than 65 USD that I can come back later in the market and still continue to trade. So there is a difference between losing and blowing. If you blow the account, that means you are a fool. Yeah. If you blow your account, unless now it's a $5 account, because $5 account, there's no risk management that you can do that will actually help you to save a $5 account. But if you are trading with an account of $100 and you blow that account, you have a big problem you need to work on, and that is risk management. There is no way you can hit 4 consecutive losses with good risk management and lose that account in a single trade. Personally, what I normally prefer, I better lose $100 slowly than just lose it once in a single trade. Like for example, you may get there and stake something like $10 to $100 account. The moment you hit 3 consecutive losses, the account is down. That means you have to fund your account. You have to fund that account again, or you'll get there and start trying to jumpstart the balance. Because if you hit with the $10, the first loss is 10, second one is 20, the other one is 40. 40 plus 20 plus 10, that's how much? That's $70. You all have $30. So the moment you come back later, you are trying to jumpstart a $30 account. Whereas you had a chance to stake $2, take more trades, stay longer in the market. But in case you lose, you'll be jumpstarting a $70 or even a $65 account. Which one is easier to work on? It's easier to trade with a $65 account than to go and try to jumpstart that is a $30 account. Yeah, so you just need to in trading, the most thing you guys, actually the problem that you have, you guys, mostly is risk management. You really don't know how much you need to stake. You are just taking because you got on TikTok or you got on YouTube, you saw someone with $100 account staking $20, then you just go and do the same. By the end of the day, you end up on losing. To be on the safe side, you need to do the right thing. Yeah, you need to have good risk management, because most of you guys, the problem is not the strategy, the problem is not the funding, because you'll find people are even funding $500 and by the end of the day end up on blowing. Something else that is actually messing up most of you traders is greed. You find someone has $100 account, they want to make 500. You have $1,000 account, you want to make $2,000 that same day. You'll always end up on losses. Yeah, you make sure, if you have, for example, myself, if I want to target $100, I have to make sure in my derivative account I have more than $500. If I want to make $200, I have to make sure on my derivative account I have more than $1,000. If I want to make $500 a day, I have to make sure on my derivative account I have more than $2,000. The problem with you guys, you have $100, you want to make $300. You have $500, you want to make $2,000 because unataka leo uingie market, kesho ununue Audi. My friend, you have to stay, pesa yenye utapoteza huku, you lose a lot of money. Risk management, discipline, just your greed, just leave it. Yeah, because greed will not take you anywhere. You'll always end up on funding your account. To be on the safe side, just stop the greed and everything will work out. So the first problem we have, I said with you guys, is risk management. That's the biggest. The second one is greed. And ile ingine is something that we call that is a account. Yeah, you find most of you, actually I normally see like 80% of the traders, you'll find them funding $5, $3, $2, because I normally see people send me those screenshots. Like you find someone has just logged in on their Dcash and they send me a screenshot of their deposit. You find most of these guys are depositing $2, $3, $5, $10. Then he'll ask me like, I backtested this strategy that is on the demo and it was working. I got on a live account, traded, did first trade, second trade, third trade, then end up on blowing. What's the problem? The problem is your account size. Because you have an account of $3, you are staking 0.5. Like that one can't help you unless you get a best market, a good market that will not give you losses, and probably flip that account from 5 to 10, then you try to do risk management, probably something can work out. But with an account of $2, my friend, even the best risk management can't save you, because you only hit two losses, the account is down because the account is too small. So sometimes you need to make sure. I always say like, yes, you are a learner, fund $10, at least you understand how this market works, because I don't want you to fund You are a beginner, you are still learning. I don't want you to fund $200 then end up blowing that account, because the moment you blow a $200 account as you try to learn about this market, it will be very hard for you next time to fund such an account. So I would prefer fund $10, try to trade with it, or fund $20, trade with it for like a week. If you are consistent or profitable with a $20 account for like a week or even 2 weeks, when you are making with the $20, just make like $5 each and every day consistently. If you manage to do that consistently for a period of 1 week, the next thing you need to do, you don't need to struggle with a $10 account. Get back, go and look for capital, look for $100, $200. $100 look for between $20 to $30. $200 look for around like 50 or even 30 to $50 every day, and everything will be all right. Just make sure you have good risk management, and again, try to minimize your session and the number of contracts you take in on a load. Don't get into a market, because I normally see people, someone has actually sent me a screenshot. You find someone had actually taken like 200 contracts, someone else 90 contracts, 70 contracts, yeah. So even myself, at the moment, if you see personally, like I have shared a screenshot where I took like 50 contracts. I didn't take them consecutively. I probably did like 10 contracts. I didn't reset my account, then took some other 5 contracts, post, took another 10 contracts, post. By the end of the day, you might see like I have like 50 contracts, but I didn't take them in a row. So when you are trading, avoid taking consecutive trades. Like so many trades in a row. Just take about 10, 5, stop, then continue. Sawa sawa. Now let's me what you say in the comments. Which is the best board for beginners? Okay, I have done so many strategies. I have shared so many strategies. Okay, the reason why I normally do that, not that I can't stick to one market or 2 markets, but the reason why I normally share different strategies, I normally share different robots, is because I might try to explain over 4 strategy and someone else doesn't understand. So I'll share over 4, I'll share under 5, I'll share over 3, I'll share under 7. So it's important to get back, to get on, to go and watch those videos, backtest those strategies, and see what works best for you. That's the reason why I always share different strategies. How much mkuu naweza tumia kama stake if I have $100? If you have $100, I would recommend $2 to $3. Target profit, set 5. Then you can do like 4 or 5 sessions. By the end of the day, you'll close this market at a profit of over $20 a day. Sasa mkuu, eleza network ya phone Mbps unloaded and loaded inafaa kuwa ngapi? So I want to recommend when you are trading, make sure your internet speed is more than 10 Mbps. When it comes to loaded and unloaded, when it comes to loaded, that means like when you are browsing, make sure, okay, there's something we call the latency. Latency is what you call the delay when the data is being transmitted, that is from your device to the Deriv servers or to the Google servers. Yeah. So when it comes to like your latency, when it is loaded, make sure it's more than, when it's loaded, it should be below 40. I think inakuwa 40 ms, 40 microseconds, something of the sort. Yeah, make sure it's below 40. When you are when it is unloaded, make sure it's below 20. So I normally see some people online saying like latency should be less than, I don't know, 5. Yeah, it's very hard to actually get a latency which is less than 5, unless you are just the only one who is actually using that network. Yeah, which is very hard. Most of the time you'll find like when you are using the Safaricom data, you'll find loaded playing around like 30, unloaded it'll be around 15, but it's very hard to actually get that is latency less than 5%, unless you are using Starlink, which is even way more expensive. Yeah, but just make sure loaded less than 40, unloaded should be less than 20, then you'll be good to go. Find me with $200, please. What do you mean? Find me or fund me? Fund me with $200. Now you want me to fund you. I give you strategy, I give you robots, everything, and still give you money to trade? No, brother, it doesn't work out. But of course, I'm actually thinking of, okay, last time I actually had, I was actually funding traders. I don't know when it was. I think it was sometimes July. Yeah, I was actually finding traders, but I was only finding traders who are actually trading with the small accounts and who are consistently profitable, because again, I don't want to fund people who will actually go and end up blowing their accounts by the end of the day. So I want to fund people whom I know, like the moment I give you like $100 or $50, I know it's gonna help you. So what I'll do, I'll actually, I don't know, probably in the course of this month, I'll actually do a video and see that like I want people who are consistently profitable. Like we'll actually start a challenge, like deposit $20, trade with the $20. The first people who will actually be in a position to get that account to probably $100, they'll, of course, you'll be sharing the screenshot in my DM each and every day as you trade. And it must not be on a demo account, it must be on a real account, from 20 to 100. The first, like we can say, like first 5 people to actually get that account to $100, I gonna fund them with $100 each. Probably that one would be better. Yeah, because I don't want just to fund anyone, because I might fund someone who don't even have the experience in this market, and then by the end of the day they end up on losing. Yeah, I want to fund someone whom I know once I fund you $100, like I have helped you. Yeah, sawa sawa. Okay, anyone with a question before we end the session, before I leave? Yeah, before I leave, anyone with a question? But I'll try to test the OBS probably tonight. In case it works out, then mambo itakuwa fiti. Because I'll be in a position to get on my PC, go on live, share my screen, then I can be able to explain something. Let's do a challenge again, like last time you did 100 to 5,000. Yeah, I wanted to do a challenge of 50 to something like 2,000, but probably we can do it. We can do it, by the way. We can do it. I don't know when we can start. I don't know when is the best time. We can do a challenge 50 to 2,000. In case the OBS works out, we can also be doing it. We can also, I can do the challenge live. Yeah, I can do the challenge live, that is on YouTube, because doing something on TikTok, I'll just get my account banned. But when you are doing it on YouTube, there's no harm. I can probably do it. In case the OBS works out, we can do it live on YouTube. Share my screen, go live. Of course, those people, I take on the challenge as I explain what I'm doing, how I'm analyzing the market, until we manage to take that account to something like 2,000. Sawa sawa. Yeah, I'll try test the OBS and see how it works out. In case it's easier to operate, I can be able to share my screen and do my stuffs. Then I think is it an OBS? I don't know. There's a certain app for streaming. Let me see. Let me see ama ndio hiyo OBS. Is it I don't know, but I have the app in my, yeah, OBS Studio. Yeah, it's OBS Studio. Yeah. I have never used it before, so I don't know how it works, but I'll try to see, to go and check and see how it works. Then I'll also try to go live, do some few tests. Then in case it works out, then we can do the challenge that is live. I just fund $50. Then we do the challenge together here live on YouTube. Of course, it will not happen in a single day. It can even take even 2 weeks, yeah, because first day probably fund $100, take that account to 100. The second day we trade $100 to 150. The third day from 150 probably to 220. The other day from 220 probably take it to 280. From 280 probably the fourth day 280 to probably 350. The other day from 350 to 420, then from 420 to 500, like that, until by the end of the day we get that account to 2,000. We actually did $100 to $5,000, and I think we did it in about 9 days. 9 days. I think there's some other time I think we did I think $200. I don't know, it was $200 to $5,000. We did it in about 10 days. Yeah, so this one I'm very sure it will take probably about 10 days. That's less than 2 weeks. Yeah, we can do it. What's the best time to trade you now unafanya usiku mkuu? Okay, the reason why I normally take my trades usiku, it's because at night there are less distraction. Yeah, you see, when I'm trading during the day, you guys are all over calling. I have some other friends calling. So that's the reason why I don't take I do take the trades during daytime, but rarely. Most of the time, I normally take the trades that is at night, because at night there is no one calling, no one texting. So I have like during that time I have the best concentration. I can be able to focus on the markets. Are we together? I think we are good. I'll try backtest I'll try check see how the OBS works. Then we can see how it works out. Sawa sawa. Yeah. So you guys have some good time. I was just passing by to say hi. Okay. How do I end this live? Yo. Okay. Sawa sawa. Tuonane siku ingine. Goodbye guys.